Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. And today I have a really spooky story for you guys about a haunted phone. So let's get right into it. Before I begin this story, I need you to understand something. You should never accept a call from an unknown number, especially if the area code is not familiar to you. In fact, if you receive any call from an unknown number, even if it's a number you recognize, do not pick up that phone. I promise you, whatever you do, don't pick up that phone. Now that we've established that, let's continue with the story. This happened in 2013. I was finishing high school, and I was very, very lonely. No one understood me and I had no friends. Most of the time I would spend hours and hours alone on the internet just browsing, watching videos, or listening to music. Sometimes I would find really creepy stuff on the internet, and other times I would find stories like the ones I tell you guys. But that's not what happened in this particular case. One day I received a text message from an unknown number. It was a simple hi, and that's all. I thought maybe it was a wrong number, so I didn't reply, and I forgot about it until 3 days later when I got the same message from the same number. This time it said, "Are you there?" I got scared because I had never given out my phone number to anyone, and I had blocked my contact info so nobody could see it. I was sure that this was not a coincidence, but I had no idea who it was. I knew that whatever it was bad news. But at that moment I was very lonely, and I wanted someone to talk to, so I decided to reply. "Who is this?" The person on the other side replied, "I'm sorry, did I call the wrong number?" Now I was even more scared, but still I needed someone to talk to, so I asked, "No, who's asking?" Then came the most terrifying message I'd ever seen. "It's me." At that moment, I wanted to throw my phone away. What kind of stupid person texted me and then asked if they called me at the wrong number? Like, what kind of response is that? But I replied anyway, "What do you want?" Then I received a voice recording. I opened it and heard a man's voice. He was breathing heavily and saying my name over and over again. I got so scared that I almost screamed. My mom came running into my room, but before she could ask what was going on, the phone disconnected the call. At that moment, I told myself that I wasn't going to take another call from that person. But after a few hours, I started thinking about what that person wanted from me. Who was he? Why did he keep calling me? Did I know him? All these questions kept spinning in my head, and even though I wanted to stop it, I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I took my phone and dialed the number. It was an area code from another state. I knew no one from there. Before I could think about what I was doing, I had already picked up the phone and said hello. There was no response. It was just silence on the other side of the line. Then I heard chains dragging metal moans and the voice I heard earlier. "Who? Who's there?" He was getting closer and I could hear his footsteps. I could feel the vibrations on the phone. "Who's there?" I asked again, but this time my voice cracked. "Why are you here?" He was right next to me now. "Who are you?" He whispered in my ear. "Remember me?" His hot breath tickled my neck, and suddenly I felt his icy fingers on my shoulder. I screamed and threw the phone away. It slid off my bed and fell to the floor, breaking into pieces. I quickly picked up the broken pieces and put them in a bag. I was about to throw them in the trash can when I saw a small box attached to the bottom of the phone. Inside of it, there was a key. It looked very old and there was some dirt on it. It must have come from the person whose number I dialed. That person who broke into my house. But how did he manage to get inside? I live alone with my mom. She works from Monday to Friday and she always locks the door when she leaves. And besides, even if she didn't lock the door, our house is protected by an alarm system and 87 dogs. No human nor ghosts can break in. After I found the key, I couldn't sleep or eat. I spent the whole night thinking about what that ghost wanted from me. In the morning, I went to school and tried to concentrate on my classes, but I couldn't. I kept thinking about the ghost and his key. I had no idea where it could fit. So as soon as the school bell rang, I ran to my home. I was hoping that after a good night's sleep, I would be able to forget about the nightmare, but it was quite the opposite. As soon as I entered my house, I started searching everywhere for the keyhole. I looked in my bedroom drawers, in the living room, in the kitchen, in the bathroom, but I couldn't find anywhere that it could possibly fit. I even checked the windows and the doors, but nothing. At that moment, I knew that that ghost wouldn't rest until I found the place where the key belonged. I kept searching for 2 more hours without any luck, and just when I was about to give up, I remembered that we had a big renovation project last year. My mom redid the entire 2nd floor of the house, and I knew for a fact that she removed some walls. Maybe that key fit one of those walls. So I started looking behind all the furniture that she moved last year. And finally I saw a spot where the paint was a little bit newer than the rest. When I removed the painting, I saw a keyhole. I carefully inserted the rusty key and turned it. The old wooden door slowly opened and revealed a narrow staircase. It led down to a dark hole. The only light that could be seen came from the top of the stairs. I couldn't see the end of it. It seemed to be infinite. And although I was afraid, my curiosity made me go down the stairs. As I descended, the air grew colder and colder. At some point, I could feel the icy fingers on my neck again. But when I turned around, there was no one there. At the end of the stairs, I saw a faint light coming from under a wooden board. I walked towards it and pushed the board away. Underneath it, there was a small room. It was empty except for a rocking chair in the corner. It was rocking slowly back and forth. I had no idea how long I spent in that room, but at some point the rocking chair stopped moving and the light disappeared. Suddenly I heard a knock on the wooden board that covered the entrance. It was the same voice I heard on the phone. "Don't close your eyes. Don't fall asleep. Don't turn around." He was getting closer and closer. "Don't leave." Then I heard chains dragging metal moans. And just when I was about to scream, I woke up. I was lying on my bed. The window was open and sunlight was coming through it. I sat up and looked around. Was it just a dream? Was that ghost real? I still had the phone pieces and the key in my hand, but then I noticed something. The key was no longer rusty, and it didn't have any dirt on it. The phone was also in perfect condition. It looked like new. I tried to remember if I had ever seen that room in my house, but I couldn't. It was as if it didn't exist. I knew that whatever that place was, it wasn't real, because if it was, I would remember seeing it before. I still keep the key in my drawer, and every time I look at it, it reminds me of the horrifying experience I had. I searched my entire house for that room, but I couldn't find it. Either it never existed or it's hidden somewhere very well. To this day, I wonder why that ghost didn't want me to leave. Why did he want me to stay in that room forever? What was that place? Why did he call me? Those are questions I may never get answers for. But maybe that's for the best. Some things are better left unknown. Thank you so much for listening to this story. If you liked it, please leave a thumbs up. And if you want to listen to more of my stories, subscribe for more content. I really appreciate it. Bye.